Hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel and welcome to another weekly reading vlog. So today is Monday, September 15th and I am almost very nearly halfway through Red Country, which is fantasy, and it is the sixth book in the First Law world, and it is part of a series, but it is also like a standalone within that series. And yeah, I really want to finish it this week, and I think I can. I hope I will be able to. I have around 250 pages left, a little more, 280 maybe, around that. So yeah, I should, it's not that many pages. I should be able to read it. And then today, I actually have read half of a book, or more, specifically, I listened to half of a book because at work I was, in the cell culture for 2.5 hours, and I was listening to a book that I started and got 49% in. So that is The Black Tongue Thief, which I am reading for like another video. And this is also fantasy, and we are following Kinch, who is a thief, and he is owing a lot of money to the Takers Guild, and he, is trying to rob people as he does. And one day he tries to rob the wrong person, because he tries to rob Galva, who is a knight. And obviously, being a knight, she fights, and she's actually looking for her missing queen. And then they end up like joining forces, and they go like on a journey together. And through that journey, we see them facing a lot of dangers, a lot of creatures, and there's also a lot of like different types of people, and there's also like magic in this world. And there is a very special cat that's also, a big character in this book. And we also know that there has been like a war with the goblins, and like the goblins are still there, and they are still, a danger. And in the last part that I read, like the end of the last chapter that I read, was actually like a new danger was like approaching them. So things are definitely gonna continue being interesting, and there has been a lot of action. There has been a lot of, information about the world and different beings, which is very fun. And it is very, kind of violent, because there is like so much, so many fights and so many like dangerous creatures, but also it's very funny. And that is, a mix that I absolutely love. So I am definitely having fun, and I also do like the characters. And yeah, I'm not like, absolutely obsessed with it, like I can't put it down, but I am definitely having fun with it. So, it's going well. And yeah, I got through way more of it than I expected, because like I said, I was listening to it for 2.5 hours straight. So yeah, I got through a lot of that. Like, I don't even know if I'm gonna read any of this tonight. I would like to, but also it's kind of late and I still have like other things that I want to do. So I'm not entirely sure I will read any of this, but I have already, gotten through a lot today. So yay. And yeah, so this week at work is gonna suck, because I'm gonna be at the biobank for 3 days. So it's gonna be tomorrow, it's gonna be Wednesday, and it's gonna be Friday. And yeah, like full days. So that's gonna suck. Plus like all the work that I have to do at the lab. So I'm already tired just thinking about it. And like today at the cell culture, like I said, I was there for 2.5 hours, and now I have 52 flasks of cells. And 52 is an absolutely insane amount to me, because I've never had like anything close to that. So I have 52 flasks and I have 2 plates. So that's super fun. I don't really want to think about when I, have to get them out of the cell culture and actually like do stuff with them. So yeah, that's gonna be, it's definitely gonna be way more fun than the biobank, because, I actually like my lab work. Biobank, hate it. But anyway, I do actually have plans this week and weekend, because on Thursday I'm gonna have lunch with some friends, and then on Saturday I'm gonna hang out with those same friends, because we are gonna go to the cat cafe, because we have been wanting to go for a while. Like, I have gone with one of them, like I have gone with my bestie, but not like with the whole group. And we were gonna go like before the holidays, but it was actually closed, and it's very close to my house. So we are gonna go to the cat cafe on Saturday, in the afternoon, and then we are going to go to a medieval fair that my bestie found that is like near-ish us. So we're gonna go to that after the cat cafe, and then she's gonna stay over here at my place and like sleep over from Saturday to Sunday, which is gonna be very fun, and I am very excited for all of that. However, that probably means I'm not gonna be reading as much as I would otherwise. So there's that. You win some, you lose some. But I am very excited for all the plans. I am not excited for the biobank. But yeah, that is, I think, everything that I had to tell you in this intro. And yeah, I definitely want to finish this book. I also definitely want to finish this book. And if I do manage to finish these two, I don't know exactly which book I'm going to start next, but I have, a bunch of options. I have way too many options, honestly. So I will certainly, pick one. But yeah, that is everything for now. So welcome to the vlog. Okay, so it is Wednesday. There's like a random hair on my arm. Okay, found it. And yeah, it's Wednesday, and I have finished one book and I have made progress in another book. So I finished The Black Tongue Thief. I finished it earlier today and I really liked it. I continue to really like to explore the world, and we got to explore like a lot of places. We got to learn a lot about the lore, the magic, the history, like about other creatures, other beings, about literally like everything. And there are a lot of things that I am sure I, did not memorize to, read in other books in the series. Like I know it has a prequel, but I'm assuming it's gonna also have like books that come like after in like chronologically. So but I am definitely excited to read the prequel actually, because it's about the past of like one of the characters that we followed in this book, not like the one that we were like following like the POV, but like another very important character, and I'm very excited to learn about their story for sure. But yeah, like I was saying, I really liked it. I really like to learn all that we learned. I really like the action scenes, and I also really like the characters. And I think I did like the first half a bit more than the second, but still the second was still like very fun and very action packed and very full of information, so I still really enjoyed it. So I'm not sure if it's 4 stars or if it's like slightly less, because I didn't like absolutely love it, but I had a good time. But I think I will give it 4 stars, but I am not 100% sure, because it definitely feels like more than 3.5, but I'm not sure it's actually a 4, but it's definitely closer to a 4, so it will probably be a 4. And yeah, I did enjoy it, and like I said, I really am interested in reading the prequel, and also like if future books come out about like the story going forward, I definitely am interested in reading those as well. And I did make some progress in Red Country. I don't really know where I was on Monday, but I am now on page 298, which is 2/3 into the book, and also like end of part 3. And I don't think I talked about the plot of this book in the intro. So basically this is the 6th book in the First Law world. It is part of the series, but it is also like a standalone within that series. And we are following Shy and Lamb. And basically someone went to their farm and like burned the farm and took the 2 like younger kids. So like Lamb is basically Shy's stepfather, and so they took the like Shy's younger siblings. And so the kids were kidnapped, so obviously they are gonna try to get the kids back and go on a journey to figure out where they went and like why they were taken. And then they learned that like more kids were kidnapped, so there's actually like a group of people kidnapping a bunch of kids and taking them somewhere. So they also joined their own group of people, and they are all going on this quest. And then we are also following Casca, and he was sent to basically like catch some rebels and stop a rebellion. And obviously, like their paths cross. And I definitely like the second third more than the first, because like in the first third we were following like these two plot lines very separately, and I was very interested in one of them and very not interested in the other. But now we are mostly following like the one that I'm interested in, which is the one with like lemon chai. But also they have kind of connected, so like I think, you know, going forward I'm gonna pretty much care about everything and be invested in everything. And there have definitely been a lot of, you know, action scenes, fight scenes, very gruesome, very brutal, but I'm really liking it. And I also really like the connections that we're getting to like the past and like past characters, because obviously, you know, this is a standalone, but it is in the part of the series, and there are, you know, familiar characters that we have seen before. So I am loving everything that is connected to, you know, previous characters, like previous things that happened. I'm loving all of that. And yeah, I'm liking it, and like I said, I am invested, and I am very excited because I think this last story is going to be even more like exciting, because like we know where the kids are and like who they're with, but we don't really know like that much about those people and like who, what they want with the kids, like why they're there. You know, I don't really know much about them. I just know who they are, like what their group is called basically. But yeah, I'm excited, like I said, and I do hope to finish it on Friday. So I have 2 days and I have 150 pages, so you know, I should be able to do it. But yeah, that is all that I have read. And yeah, so this week, like I think I mentioned, I'm at the biobank way too many times, and you know, I've been there like over half of the times that I have to be there, because I've been there for 2 full days and I only have like 1 full day left. So yay. So yeah, yesterday was, I mean, not bad. Certainly not bad. I definitely have way worse days than yesterday, but today was definitely better because we had, you know, way less sample, especially in the afternoon. It was really chill. So I'm definitely not complaining. Like, I'm obviously complaining that I have to be there, but you know, it was not as bad as it could have been. And I'm sure on Friday it will be worse. So, you know, but like it wasn't too bad, but still like being at the biobank just makes me so tired. Like I get home and I have no energy. Like today I had a nap from 8:30 to 9:30 because I was literally falling asleep. So you know, I'm very tired. Like being there just destroys me. But you know, tomorrow I don't have to be there, so that's great. I just have to do, you know, my own like work, work on my own things, which is, you know, way more fun. So I'm definitely excited for that. And also tomorrow I'm gonna have lunch with some friends, so that's also exciting. And yeah, then I'm gonna be with them again on Saturday. I think I had already said this, but yeah. And I'm very excited for Saturday for the cats, because we're going to the cat cafe. And yeah, like I follow the like cat cafe on Instagram, and they have been sharing some very cute photos of the cats. So I'm very excited. Like my bestie just sent a photo like a few minutes ago to the group chat of like one of the cats, and she was like, I can't wait for Saturday. I'm like, yeah, same. So yeah, I'm very, very excited for that. But I still have, you know, 2 days to get there. And in those 2 days, like I said, I want to finish Red Country. And I don't know if I will start anything else, like if I really want to, you know, focus on this book and finish it. But maybe I will start something that I have like the audiobook for, just so I can, you know, listen to it while I'm doing other things. Because I think I said, maybe I said this in another video, but this one I'm just, you know, reading like physically. So, you know, I can just, you know, multitask while I read this book, but I can multitask if I'm listening to an audiobook of another book. So you know, maybe I will do that. But yeah, I think that is all that I had to update you for now. And I will talk to you maybe, I mean, most likely I will talk to you on Saturday, like before I meet my friends, because after that would be probably kind of hard. So yeah, I will probably talk to you on Saturday. Hello, it's Saturday. It is 2:02 actually on Saturday, and I finished last night Red Country, and I have also started The Devil All the Time, which is a horror book that I'm reading like for another video. And so first Red Country, I finished it and I actually really liked it. I was already invested in like Shy and Lim's, plot of trying to get the kids back, and what they found when they got to where the kids were was also like really cool. And I wish we had like gotten more from that and like from those people. And I wonder if we will like learn more about them in the future, because I am like really interested to learn more. But yeah, I really like that. And like the ending was very cute but very very sad, which is just a combination that destroys me. And so I was feeling all the feelings. And yeah, I really liked the relationship between Shy and Lamb, like their sort of father-daughter relationship. I absolutely love them. They were so cute, but at the same time, like at times was so sad, and like all the things that Lamb was going through were like really sad. But yeah, I really liked it, and I'm giving it 4 stars. And yeah, that's it. And then The Devil All the Time, I am halfway through, and there is a lot happening in that book, and there's like a lot of time as well happening in that book. Like we've been seeing these characters like through a lot of time. Like in one case we have seen like 2 generations basically, because we start following a guy called Willard, and he gets back from the war, and he like meets a girl, they get married, they have a child, and she then gets sick, she has cancer, she's dying, and he is like making sacrifices and like pouring the blood on his prayer log to try to save her. And then like after we start following his son, and his son Arvin, I think, becomes like one of the main characters. And we're also following Carl and Sandy, who are a couple of serial killers. And we're also following Roy feels right, but I might be wrong, and Theodore, who are like a priest and guitarist duo, and they've also committed some crimes. They're also like running from the law, and there's like a lot happening. Some of these plot lines, like we've already seen how they connect. Others, not really, but I'm assuming they will connect somehow. And like I'm liking it, but I'm definitely not loving it. But it's, I think, mostly because this is not really my kind of horror. I usually like more supernatural things, like just real life horror, like bad people doing bad things is not really my kind of horror. So that is probably why I'm not loving it, because I've seen some people giving it like great ratings, like great reviews. But they also say that like the way that, what is going on with my hair, the way that like everything comes together, like all of the plot lines, is also great. So like I'm excited to see that. But like it's just going okay. Like I'm not hating it. Like I'm definitely like invested in some of these stories. Like I want to see how they end up, but I'm also not, loving it for sure. But yeah, that is what I've read since I last talked to you. And I just finished filming my video for Red Country, and like I do have to edit that, but honestly I don't know if I will be able to edit it today because like I said, it's 2:07 and I have to meet my friends at 4:30. Maybe my bestie will come earlier to like leave her things here at my house because she will like sleep over. I don't know, I haven't really talked to her. So yeah, 4:30 or a bit earlier. And I still have to like clean up my house a little bit. Like it's not too bad. I just need to very quickly, tidy some things up. And I would like to work out and like, you know, have a shower and like wash my hair, which will also take some time, and I have like 2 hours to do all that plus editing a video. Doesn't sound doable, does it? Not to me. So I don't think I will be editing this video today. I will probably edit it tomorrow after my friend leaves, maybe. So yeah, there's that. Yesterday I was at the biobank all day, and I think it was like the worst day out of like the 3 days that I was at the biobank. Like this week, I think yesterday was the worst day because we had like, I mean, it could definitely have been worse. I've had worse days, but like out of the ones this week, it was the worst. And Wednesday was probably the best. And yeah, we were expecting yesterday to be more chill, but it definitely was not chill at all. Everything worked out, and I also got to do like all my things because I wasn't sure I would be able to like do like all the things that I had to do at the lab, like between the biobank shifts, because I had to extract things from like 15 flats of cells and like different things, so they all had like a different protocol. So I wasn't sure I would be able to do it, but I finished it like 15 minutes before I had to be at the biobank in the afternoon, so that worked out actually perfectly. And yeah, I got home and I really didn't want to cook, and I also was like craving sushi specifically, so I ordered some sushi and it was really good. And yeah, I'm excited for today because I'm excited for the cats, I'm excited for the friends, I'm excited for the food, I'm excited for everything. So yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be fun. And yeah, in terms of reading, I will probably finish The Devil All the Time because it is like quite short and I only have like half of it left, so I will probably finish it. I don't know if I will start anything else because like I said, like after 4:30 I will be with my friends, and so I won't read anything after that. And tomorrow I will spend a long time sleeping probably, and then still like some time with my friend who's here. So I will probably only read at night. So like I might start something then at night, but I am not entirely sure. But yeah, either way, I will hopefully most likely finish The Devil All the Time. And yeah, that's it, I think, for my update right now. And I will talk to you probably on Monday to wrap up the vlog. Okay, so it's Monday. I'm here to wrap up the vlog, and I finished reading The Devil All the Time, and I actually really liked how everything came together, how all of the different plot lines and different characters were connected. I really like when we learn like all the little connections. Really enjoy that, but it's still, not my favorite kind of horror, so it was never gonna be the best horror book for me. So, I enjoyed it. I didn't love it, but since I actually really liked the ending, I ended up, liking it more than I expected, and will probably rate it a bit higher than I thought I was gonna rate it, like when I was like halfway through the book. So, it was good. It was okay. I just didn't, love it. Because, like I said, it's not my type of horror. I think if it was like, if it is your kind of horror, you will probably like it, obviously more than me. So yeah, it's just not really the book for me, but I still enjoyed it. And then I started reading last night. I started Once a Villain, I think that's what it's called. It's the third and last book in the Monsters series, which is fantasy. And we follow Joan, who is, I think she's like 16 or 17 at the start of the series, and she is like having like working during the summer at a museum, if I remember correctly from the first book, which I might not because it was a while ago. But yeah, she was working during the summer, I think at a museum, and there's a guy there that she has a crush on. And then one day she realizes that like something weird happens to her, or like she does something weird and she like loses some time. And then she learns that she comes from a family, or like one side of her family, of monsters. And the guy that she had a crush on is actually a monster hunter, like a very famous, I guess, monster hunter. And basically, the way that the magic of the monsters work is that like they can travel like in time, and the way that they travel is like they steal years from humans. So like if they want to travel 5 years, they take 5 years of life from a human. And so like she has to protect her family from the hunters. And then the story like gets so much bigger than that, and I can't really spoil any of like what happens later, but like book two was insane, and it ended like in a crazy way, and like our characters were in a lot of trouble, and like the world itself was in a lot of trouble. So yeah, I read the first 20% and things are crazy, things are insane, and our characters are still in a lot of danger. And yeah, I'm enjoying it, but obviously I haven't read that much. But yeah, that's what I've read since I last talked to you on Saturday. And I did go to the cat cafe with my friends, which was great. The cats were super cute. The food was also great. And yeah, we stayed there for a few hours because, cats, we obviously wanted to hang out with the cats for as long as possible. Then we went to the medieval fair, which was like way bigger than I expected, because like I've gone to another medieval fair this year, and that is like one of the most famous ones like from Portugal. And this one I didn't even know it existed until my friend sent us like I don't know if she sent a link or if she sent a screenshot or whatever. I didn't even know it existed. And so like I expected it to be small, but actually it was way bigger than I expected. And yeah, we had some food, we walked around, we saw some animals, we saw like a show with horses that was way shorter than I expected, but we got to see some horses, so fun. And then we ate some more. We walked around some more, and yeah, that was it. It was definitely very fun. And then my bestie and I came back here, and we we continued our watch slash rewatch. At this point, it's just a first time watch of The Winx, and we finished season 6, which is great because we've been on season 6 forever. Because like season 5 sucked, and I mean, is any of it like a high quality show? No, but the first seasons were fun, maybe because of like the nostalgic factor. But these ones, I don't know if it's just like as I never watched them as a kid, so I don't have this attachment, or it just sucks more than the rest. But yeah, season 5 really sucked. Season 6 was actually better. Absolutely ridiculous, as all of it is, and full of plot holes, but fun nonetheless. And it was definitely better. And we watched 16 episodes. Like the last few times we were together to watch The Winx, we watched like 2 or 3 or 1 because I never want to watch it. But this time we watched 16 and we finished the season. So now we only have 2 more seasons, which is 52 episodes, which is still a lot, but you know, we're making progress. We watched that on like Saturday night, like after we got back, and then we watched, I mean, we only watched like 3, I think, on Saturday night, and then we watched a bunch, so like 13 probably, yesterday, like after, you know, we woke up. And yeah, then after she left is when I finally edited my video for Red Country, and I started reading Once a Villain. I don't know why I always forget the title of that book, but I think it's Once a Villain. It is Once a Villain. So yeah, that's it. That is all that I did since I last talked to you. And so to wrap up what I read this week. So I finished Red Country. I read The Black Tongue Thief. I read The Devil All the Time, and I started reading Once a Villain, and that was 1011 pages, which is definitely way more than I expected to read, because you know, I was gonna hang out with people. So, you know, I am very happy with what I read, and also, you know, mostly happy with the books. So, you know, a win all around. And yeah, that is everything for this weekly reading vlog. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you have enjoyed it. And if you did, give it a like and subscribe, and I will talk to you next time. Bye!